Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we're going to be having a little bit of a look at the new set that's going to be coming out in the UK, US, Europe, etc. Our Sun and Moon set, ladies and gentlemen, our May set is, well, it has, I should say, been revealed over on TotalCards.net. Big up to those lovely ladies and gentlemen for, well, leaking this, I suppose would be the correct term. First thing to note, it is being released on the 3rd of May, and anyone that's been watching this channel by now would have known that months ago. The thing is, we have a very set dating structure at the moment. Sets are released on the first Friday of February, May, August, November. So even though we don't know what Sun and Moon 11 is, we don't know really very much about it, we do know that it is going to be released on Friday the 2nd of August. Cool. So we have confirmation that it is going to be released on Friday the 3rd of May, and we have confirmation that it is called Unbroken Bonds. Of course, this makes perfect sense given that it is the second Tag Team GX set. You've got the tag teams, they're bonded together, it's unbreakable. Literally, they're one card. I suppose you could rip the card, but that would be extremely rude. So the name here does make perfect sense. We have a naming convention based on the fact that we have Tag Team GXs. In the same way that the break sets, we started off with Breakthrough and Breakpoint, which shouldn't be a terrible coincidence given that they are sets where we revolved around break Pokemon. So that's kind of cool. We don't have a huge amount of information, and to be honest, all of this could have been deduced, but the official announcement says this. When you have a partner you can count on, nothing can stop you. The tag team Pokemon in the Pokemon TCG Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds expansion show the colossal power of teamwork, including Reshiram and Charizard GX, the Ultra Beast Pheromoster and Buzzwole GX, and Gardevoir and Sylveon GX. Plus, Lucario teams up with a newly discovered Melmetal. With trust and practice, these Pokemon can tackle just about anything, so check out the amazing Pokemon pairings in the Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds expansion. Well, that makes perfect sense. We essentially know that this is going to be a mixture of 3 Japanese sets. That is going to be Sun and Moon 10. That is going to be Sun and Moon 10, and we know that that's going to feature Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX, because look at the artwork on the pack. It's clearly going to feature those two as a Tag Team GX. We don't have much more information about Sun and Moon 10 other than that, but we kind of knew that that was going to be coming here. Similarly, we know that it is going to be featuring Sun and Moon 9A, that being Night Unison. And we've actually been looking at Night Unison. We've got like 1 card left to look at tomorrow, I think. And then we've officially looked at the entire set. So we know quite a bit about Night Unison. We've seen the cards from Night Unison. So we know that it is going to be featuring Greninja and Zoroark Tag Team GX, and we know what Greninja and Zoroark Tag Team GX does. We know that for a Darkness and a Colorless Energy, it does 30 damage, plus 30 more for each Darkness Energy attached to all of your Pokemon in play, kind of like a superpowered version of Darkrai EX. And we know that the GX attack for 2 energy lets you put 2 Darkness Energy EX or GX from your discard pile onto your bench, and if you've got an extra energy attached to Greninja and Zoroark, you get to put 2 energy from your discard pile onto each of those Pokemon. And I said it at the time, I want to happily say it again now. Clearly this needs to be Incineroar, because Incineroar's ability lets you search your deck for free Darkness Energy and attach it to itself, so essentially this lets you get an extra 10 energy on the field. That's looking pretty gosh darn good. Similarly, we knew that we were getting Gardevoir and Sylveon Tag Team GX, because that's also in Night Unison. What's really nice about this, 2 Fairy, 1 Colorless Energy, 150 damage, move any number of energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way that you like. 3 Fairy Energy 200, but if you've got at least 6 energy on there, in total, your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and begins their next turn with a 0 card hand. So we knew that both of those were coming anyway. We also know that we're getting 2 GXs. in Night Unison, and that is we're going to be getting Venomoth GX. Now, Venomoth, I've done a video on these cards, I'll pop links in the description, but Venomoth's kind of cool. It's weird in that it's only got 2 attacks, which is extremely rare for a GX. The only one other than Venomoth that meets that description is Ultra Necrozma, but for 3 energy, including a double colourless, 110 damage. If you've played Koga's Trap, you do 200. If you've played Janine, you get to immunity from basic Pokemon the following turn, and don't forget that Lieutenant Surge's strategy lets you play both of them in a single turn. Again, links to all those cards in the description. Oh yeah, and we're getting Dedenne GX. Dedenne GX is kind of over-the-top nuts good. The ability says that when you pop it onto your bench, you can discard your hand and draw 6 cards, though you can only use one of these abilities during your turn. Dedenne is going to change the way we build decks. It's not quite going to be Shaman impactful, because we've got stuff like Tapu Lele that can help to fill the gap, but make no mistake about it, Dedenne is over the top good. But we knew those cards were coming because we knew they're in Night Unison. In terms of Full Metal Wall, which is going to be the 3rd set comprising this, we know we're getting Buzzwole and Pheromosa Tag Team GX, and Process of Elimination tells us it is overwhelmingly likely, though not guaranteed, to be a fighting type. Again, we don't know that for certain, but we haven't had a fighting Tag Team GX. We've had Celebi and Venusaur, which is a grass type, so that would lead me to believe that it is going to be a fighting type. No confirmation on that. No, I'm lying to you. I think that was actually confirmed recently. I think that was confirmed. Either way, it's happening. And Lucario and Melmetal Tag Team GX is also going to be in Full Metal Wall, and we knew this because we were shown sleeves and a playmat. I know, right? That confirmed it. I mean, firstly, it shows them together in what is clearly art from Mitsuhiro Arita. And secondly, well, it says GX Tag Team in the corner. It's clearly going to be a Tag Team GX. And the mini sets in Japan, the non-main sets, they tend to have 2 Tag Team GXs, so it's fair to assume that Lucario and Melmetal and Buzzwole and Pheromosa will be the only 2 in Full Metal Wall. So essentially, we're getting Buzzwole and Pheromosa, Lucario and Melmetal, Greninja and Zoroark, Sylveon and Gardevoir, Charizard and Reshiram, and 2 other Tag Team GXs which are yet to be revealed, but which will be coming in Sun and Moon 10 in Japan. If anybody's interested, the release date for Sun and Moon 10 in Japan is the 1st of March. We still got to see Full Metal Wall before we see spoilers for Double Blaze, so it's going to be probably about a month, just over, until we start seeing spoilers. Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister, I had to record that 3 times, for Double Blaze. So we're probably not going to know what those other 2 Tag Team GXs are too quickly. Now, if we go back to the announcement from Total Cards, we know that we're getting over 210 cards. Yowza! Which puts it up there with Lost Thunder, not including Secret Rares. Lost Thunder had 214 cards, so this, I mean, over 210 means somewhere between 210 and 220, so this is basically a Lost Thunder size set, which is redonk. To put that into context, Team Up, is gonna have 181 cards, which is still a fairly large set, but remember, at the moment, Japan are doing a main set and 2 mini sets in between the main sets, so you can expect large sets coming in the near future, ladies and gentlemen. Don't expect this is going to stop happening. We're also going to get 7 Tag Team GXs, well, I've literally just told you 5 of them, and 7 Pokemon GX. I have been able to tell you 2 of them. We don't know for certain any others which are coming. Anything else would be purely rumory. We're also getting 25 trainer cards and a new special energy card. And one thing that's very sad, Prism Stars are dead. Prism Stars are gone. Sun and Moon 9 over in Japan, Tag Bolt had no Prism Stars. Sun and Moon 9A, Night Unison, had no Prism Stars. We're not getting any Prism Stars, ladies and gentlemen, unless we magically start getting them again, and I would think that's rather unlikely. We're done. We're not getting Prism Stars anymore. Prism Stars are over. Which is a little bit sad if you ask me, but I don't suppose anybody did. So that's what we know about the new set. It's going to be coming out on the 3rd of May, which is the day before my brother-in-law's wedding, if anyone was wondering. Star Wars Day. And it is going to be a huge set, and we know some of the cards that are coming out, and it's going to be called Unbroken Bonds. So there we go. Now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this news. Give me some of your predictions. Tell me what you think about having a gigantic set. Go nuts. But please do remember the most important rule as always. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays for some more Wassy action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.